Hello everybody and welcome to another recipe with Dishes by Deb. Today we're going to be making another salmon chowder. I know in our last video we made salmon chowder. We're going to be making another one this time. It's a little different. This one is, I think, a little closer to a Manhattan style because it does have tomatoes in it. But I'm excited to try this one. It's a little different than I'm used to, so let's get into it. So for this, we're going to have some half and half, some Greek yogurt, some crushed tomatoes. We also are going to have some dill, some garlic, some parsley, some leeks, some russet potatoes, some white mushrooms, some vegetable stock, and then we have salmon as well. We're going to chop the salmon up into little bite-sized pieces. So now we're going to get chopping. Alright, so we got most of the ingredients chopped up and measured out. So for this we're using a full can of crushed tomatoes, we're using a cup of Greek yogurt. I think I forgot to mention earlier that we do have some white wine in this, so we have a cup of dry white wine, a cup of half and half. We're going to be using 8 ounces of white mushrooms. We have about a pound of salmon, then parsley. It's supposed to be about a cup of parsley. I'm doing a little bit more. 2 cloves of garlic, about a tablespoon of dill, fresh dill chopped up, then some russet potatoes chopped up, and then our leeks also chopped up. Now I haven't measured out our vegetable stock yet just because I don't have enough measuring cups, so we're just going to add this in or measure this out as we're cooking just because I don't have enough measuring cups. Also, I mentioned this in the last video, but I have found the easiest way to clean the leeks is to put them into like a bowl of water and then kind of massage them, like kind of push the layers in and out of each other, and that will help get all of the like sand and the grime that's in between the layers out. So that's why these are sitting in water right now. They're just resting until I put them into the soup. Alright, so we're going to start by adding some olive oil to our pot. We're going to let this get nice and hot before we start adding in some of the vegetables. Alright, so we're going to add in the potatoes to our hot oil. Next, we're going to also add in the leeks. You want to drain them. If they're sitting in water, you want to drain that water first. Add the leeks. And then the mushrooms as well. And now we're going to saute this for about 5 minutes until the veggies are a little bit softer. You just need to stir this occasionally, you don't need to stir it constantly. Just get it nice and soft. Alright, we are almost done with the 5 minutes of sauteing the vegetables. They're getting a little bit softer now. The mushrooms are starting to shrink a little bit. So next up we are going to be adding in our garlic, and we are going to cook the garlic, stirring constantly for 1 minute. Alright, so adding in the garlic, and now we're just going to stir this constantly for 1 minute, and then we will dump in our wine. Smells yummy. Alright, 1 minute is almost up, so I'm going to get the wine, and we're going to dump the wine in here. Alright, add in the wine. So now with the wine, we're actually going to let this simmer until most of it has cooked off. So it's really going to depend on just how hot you have your pot already. Right now I have mine on about a little over medium heat. So now I'm just going to stir this occasionally as we let the wine cook down. I'll let you know timing of this once we get to that part. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes. We still have a little ways to go before we're cooked down. Just wanted to show you what it looked like right now. Again, we're trying to get this wine mostly cooked off. It doesn't need to be completely dry, but right now there's still quite a bit of liquid in here, so we're getting this all just boiled off. I turned up the heat a little bit. Right now it's medium-high, just to kind of move along the process. And once this is done, we will add in some of our other ingredients to make this glorious chowder. So once the wine has mostly cooked off, we're going to add in almost all the other ingredients. We're going to be adding in yogurt, the tomatoes, our stock, our half and half, our parsley, our dill, and then we're going to bring that to a simmer again. And once that's simmering, we will be adding in the salmon, and then the salmon is going to go really fast. It only needs about 5 minutes once it's put into the pot. And then once the salmon is in, we are going to be golden and we'll be eating soon. So I am excited. I can't wait to try this one. It's going to be hopefully delicious. It smells very good. Alright, so most of the wine has now cooked off. There's just a little bit left, but this is pretty good. We want, we don't want it bone dry, so this is fine. So now we're going to add in our crushed tomatoes. Put that out. Stir that in a little bit. Alright, so we got the crushed tomatoes added in. Now we're going to add in our stock and our half and half. Stock. This is vegetable stock, by the way. Our half and half. Also are going to add in our yogurt. Dump that in. We're also adding in our dill. And last but not least, our parsley. Now we're just going to stir this to combine it. And we are going to bring it up to a simmer. And once it is simmering, we will add in our salmon. All right, so we are just starting to simmer here. So I'm going to add in our salmon, and we're going to cook the salmon for 5 minutes. Dump that in. All right. Stir this in, set the timer for 5 minutes. Almost done. This smells so good. All right, so that is basically it. Nice and easy, one pot meal, not a whole lot to clean up. Pretty healthy. So I hope you guys try this one, and I hope you enjoy it.